I feel like I'm a bit underprepared for this. That's better. And I know you're wondering, oh sure, you're dressed as Mario. You play Mario games, but are you a true Mario fan? Well, let me tell you, I might have been playing a bit more Sonic games lately, but on my 3DS I have 12 Mario related games. And on the Switch, my most played game is Mario Maker 2 with over 500 hours in it. And the only reason I even bought a Switch is so I could play Mario Odyssey. And that's why I feel like today, I was holding this earlier, right? The best console of all time, my favorite console of all time. I feel like it's time we talk about Mario and Luigi Dream Team, the most underrated game out of all the Mario and Luigi series. Everyone always talks about Bowser's Inside Story and Partners in Time. And no one talks about the best one. Or maybe it's not. I'm going to be honest. I've only played Superstar Saga and Dream Team. I haven't played any of the other ones. But we're going to be talking about my favorite one out of the ones that I have played. So sit back, relax, and let me talk about Mario and Luigi Dream Team. And also, including this one, I have 8 games for my 3DS that I never beat. And I decided, you know what? I got to beat those. So there's going to be a video about all 8. So subscribe for those.
Mario and Luigi Dream Team begins with the bros trying to take a vacation. And this is like the 3rd time they've tried to do it, and it never really pans out, because this time there's a bat. And Tasma isn't the best Mario villain, but he is working with Bowser, which makes it better. And Tasma basically captured all the pillows inside Nightmare Chunks, and the pillows are just guys with pillow heads, and they all live on the pillow islands. It's all pillow themed. And if you're wondering why there's all this sleep theming, there's pillows. The title is Dream Team. It's because throughout the entire game, the way you save the pillows is by going into Luigi's dreams, which makes the game a 2D game instead of a 3D game, and saving pillows from in there. I'm gonna be honest, the dream mechanic of Dream Team is pretty fun. It's a nice change of pace from the normal game, and it feels really original too. What makes it feel more original is that when you're in the dream world, thousands of Luigis just appear everywhere since you're in Luigi's dreams. I think the dream area that looks the best is the starting one, where everything's purple and there's elements of Luigi all around it. But none of the dream worlds are bad. Some of them are really small, and some of them are full-on towers, and you never really know what you can expect from them. One of the new main characters you meet is Prince Dreambert, who's the Prince of the Pillows, or Pilos. I'm not really sure how to pronounce it, but at any rate, he's basically your guide to the dream world. Starlo from Bowser's Inside Story comes back too, so you basically have 2 guides of the whole game, but it works pretty well. Speaking of new characters, the best new characters that are put in this game are the Massive Bros. They're basically Mario and Luigi, but if they worked out, and they're hilarious. All the boss fights in this game are pretty good too, and the final boss gives us the coolest Bowser design in the entire series. Side note, the way that this happens is that Bowser steals the Dream Stone, so Starlo and Peach use the inner machinations of their minds to destroy it, and then Bowser inhales the fumes and turns into this. How? You might notice that I didn't mention Phantasma, and that's because for the whole game I was expecting him to betray Bowser, but nope, it actually goes the other way around and Bowser slaps the bat on the floor. You have to fight Phantasma in the dream world, and I'm kind of disappointed that he didn't have any post-fight dialogue. It's just, you fight him, and he dies, and that's the whole thing. It's kind of weird. After you beat Bowser, he has a whole epilogue where he talks to Kamek and some of his minions, and it makes sense, so I'm not really sure why they didn't give Phantasma a similar thing. The Phantasma boss fight is hard, but it's also fair. An example of an unfair hard boss fight is the Bowser fight. You wanna know what happens there? Most of his attacks aren't that bad, besides the hammer attack that does 200 damage if you don't block it properly, but that's not even the most annoying part. The annoying part is the fact that a lot of times he summons Koopas and Goombas and Shy Guys, and every time at least one of them is on screen, Bowser heals 500 health that turn. If you think about playing this game, make sure you bring a lot of taunt balls for this fight, because that can really speed up the process. Now, there is one more boss fight I want to talk about. If you've watched some older videos on this channel, or maybe Man Red Man and Man Red Man 2, you would recognize the name 876. And back when I first got this game, I told her about it, and she said, oh yeah, there's one boss fight where the boss is sleeping and Luigi sneezes and wakes it up. And then 2 years later, I finally got to that part, and I was like, For whatever reason, it felt kind of satisfying to actually get to that boss. And then 2 years after that, I actually beat the game and made this video. If you couldn't tell, I really like this game, but there are some complaints that I have. One of them is that at one point in the game you need to make the ulti bed, and you need to find 5 different pieces of it. None of them are too hard to find, but one is really weird. For most of the pieces, you gotta go around, walk around an area, the map tells you which one, and then you just gotta, do some stuff, maybe fight some enemies or do a puzzle, and then you get the piece. But for the feathers, you need to go into the boss refight arena in the castle, and then after you refight any boss, you get the feathers. Why? I don't know. You just do. It happens. There's no explanation. It's just you go, you choose a boss, and then it's like, oh, you already fought this one? All right, let's do it again. Oh, yeah, you get the feathers. It makes no sense, and I don't know why they did that. Last thing I want to say is that in the dream world, there are like 5 boss fights where all of the Luigis mesh together, and it's a beautiful thing. And when that happens, you get a mega battle. And they're the best bosses in the game, mainly because they're just so different from the normal ones. I was kind of surprised the Phantasma's boss fight wasn't a mega battle, but I guess that did make it harder. I'm pretty sure that's everything I want to say, so in conclusion...
So that was Dream Team. If you have a 3DS or 2DS or whatever, I definitely recommend playing it. And next on the list is Mario 64 DS. I tried to beat this one, and I got to the final boss, but I'll talk about why I didn't beat it, later in that video. So subscribe for that. And enjoy Mario Day. See you on Thursday.